if you lose money, you would actually learn. The worst mistake you make as a trader is following people. Oh, this guy said gold is going to buy today, so you want, and that you had a bias of sell. But because someone said gold is going to buy, you want to go and buy. In fact, if you're following me, I'm saying NZDS is going to sell, but you have buy bias. Please stick to your bias, my bro, my sis. But if you go and sell because I said it's going to sell, you don't know why I said it's going to sell. If you fail, you lose trades and you learn from your losses. You can't escape. See those losses? You can't escape it. Blowing account, you cannot escape it. So how about you take those losses faster, load the account faster, stick to your bias and move on. Nobody wants to show their losses. It's just everybody just wants to show their wins, blue, screenshot, $10,000. But they take losses. That is why most of them will never show you like the history of that account. Like they will never put and like show you all the trades they've taken for a period of 1 month, 2 weeks, or even give you investor password. When I started trading, there's this guy I paid, and this guy did, so I paid him like one-on-one session, and this guy was doing live classes. So he did about 27 live classes, and I recorded all those sessions, and I watched 27 videos of like 2 hours, 1 hour long. In fact, I think I watched all those videos more than 10 times. I watched it to the extent that I already know what the guy was going to say in the video. I can literally just like say it before he would say it. So you have to be crazy about learning, about improving. You don't have to be lazy.
Statistics shows that over 85% of you that are watching this channel is not subscribed. Now, at this point, I don't know how to convince you to join the tribe, but on this channel, we try to bring entrepreneurs. For now, we're focusing on traders to educate you on what Forex trading is, basically how to make money with Forex and how to play the Forex game the right way. Subscription or you subscribing is the only way you help us and you tell us you enjoy what we are doing and you want us to continue. So if you're enjoying what you're watching right now, just click on the subscribe button. Use this time to click on the subscribe button. Do well to like the video. Drop a comment. If you have any request, if you have any question, always drop it in the comment section and we'll be glad to answer you and attend to you. I'm sorry I've taken your time so long, so let's get back to the video. Enjoy your video. Hi guys, welcome back to the Director Show, and today we have a Forex trader that has transitioned into this industry through affiliate marketing. I think I knew him through affiliate marketing, and when he came into Forex, and he's also still doing well in the Forex space, even while being like the top leaders in the affiliate space. So it looks like success is just radiating around him. I mean, from every industry he found himself in, he's winning, right? And when I reached out to him, I was like, let's do this. Let's share how you're able to conquer every industry you've been in. So we have Caleb Nwanneka in our midst today. Hi, Caleb.
My bro, how you doing now?
Let's shake to it because I mean it's not easy to sit next to a billionaire.
Why you are big?
I know you want. I know. We know you. Tell us a little bit about your background before we get into it.
All right. For you watching this, my name is Caleb. A lot of people call me Caleb Money. So I'm going to talk a little about my background. So, growing up as a person, I mean, I didn't, people say things, oh, they were born with a silver spoon, golden spoon, and whatever. Well, me, I couldn't relate to any of that. In fact, I was not even born with any spoon per se. Because, this is a story I like telling to people. Because the reason why I like telling these stories, there are people like me that was, like, say, me of 5 years ago. There are people like that now.
Yes.
Right? So, when I tell this story, it's just to let them know that if you are such a person and you're listening to me, there is actually a way out for you. Right? Yeah. There's a way out. So growing up, I didn't have, in fact, I didn't enjoy any privilege. I don't even want to say much because I did not enjoy any. So I grew up in Anambra State. I'm from Anambra State. I grew up in a village in Anambra State. So my childhood was basically in that Anambra State, in that village. Till when I was 10 years, my childhood till 10 years was in a village. And now when I say in the village, I'm not talking about, there are some villages you come and there are some families that they are rich, when they are respected in that village. Yeah. My family is not one of them, right? So before I was giving birth to, my parents were staying in Lagos. Now they now had to move from Lagos to the village. Now why did they move? Because hardship. Now when they were staying in Lagos, they were staying in just a 1-bedroom apartment. That's where they were staying. We are how many are we? We are 10.
In one bedroom.
Yes. So they've not given birth to me
Crazy.
then. So I think there were about 8 in that one bedroom. Now imagine 8 people, 8 children plus the husband and wife staying in one bedroom apartment. Right. Imagine how crazy it's going to be. And that place was in Ajegunle. So like imagine Ajegunle of like 20 something years ago.
Yeah.
It was very bad. So they had to move from that place because there was nothing to eat. Things were so bad. They had to move from there to Anambra State. Now, when they came to Anambra State, what were my parents doing? They were just like small-scale farmers. I was born into the whole farming thing. Then we would go, like this, if my village is here, we would travel up to like 30 to 40 kilometers just to go and farm.
Wow.
Then we'll farm, bring it, like all those kind of things. Then sometimes you go and farm cassava, then you carry it to the stream, you put it there, then cassava will ferment and all those things. Then you now do it to bring out the real this thing they used to make fufu.
The fufu,
then, yeah, you can now go and sell it to make money, right? So that's what basically we are doing. Now, me growing up, I didn't have any good childhood at all. So my first schooling experience was in a government school. I did till primary 3. Then when I was from primary 3, I went to a private school. Now, private school, how much was the fee? The fee was 1,500 a term. Now, imagine a school of 1,500 a term. Imagine how bad that school is going to be. So that's where I did my primary 3 to my GSS 3, right? Then from there, I now had to go to secondary school. So growing up, like things were so bad that to eat 3 times a day was problem. Like when I say problem, it was problem. Then we'll go to school, and when you come back, they say now you are going to school, you eat fufu and go to school. Now, when you come back, the food, 98% of the time, the food you are going to see in the pot is nyam, boiled nyam and oil. That's what you're going to see. Like, it's almost predictable. Personally, I hated that food. Till now, I don't like nyam. Because, like, it gives me pity. Exactly. Yeah. And so I just don't see it as food. Food like nyam, kukunyam, although I don't see it as food. So things are like very, very bad. And then in my village, if you want to give like example of poverty, you could literally just call my family.
Bruh, crazy.
It was that bad. In fact, it got bad to the extent that my father, so if someone drives a car to our compound, which already happens, whenever it happened, he would tell us not to sweep the tracks of the car. So at least when people know that people that own cars know that he knows people that own cars.
Crazy.
So people know you know that like for you to just so people know that you know people that own car. It was that bad. It was literally that bad. So things were really, really tough. But then I am here today. The story is no longer the same.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I said if you are listening to me and you are the ground zero, you are with nothing, your life can actually change. It can.
That makes so much sense. And I like the fact that we are starting here, right? Because we live in a time where it is actually difficult for an average man to transition into wealth.
Exactly.
It is very, very difficult because sometimes when you see people, I think I made a video about that when I said, if you're actually born with nothing, it's going to be very difficult for you to break through your first 1 million, then your first 10 million and all of those things. And seeing that you were once there, right? What gave you that drive to even want to make a single naira, let alone bringing it to the internet? Like, how did you transition from, because people say your environment shapes you, right?
Yeah.
So how did you move from being that place where you literally see nothing to wanting to even make money for yourself, now to making money for yourself?
Okay, so people have asked me this question a lot, like what's my drive and all that. And to be honest, I think if I look inward, I think it deals with the fact that I came from a place of lack. So it made me hate lack. Like, bro, see, poverty is very bad though.
Crazy.
Poverty will do so much, like do a lot of damage to you.
Yeah.
So I came from a place of lack, and I just hated poverty because I saw what it did. Yeah. The damages poverty caused. So I just hated poverty. So it made me like I kept how to like, okay, I just have to keep working. Like let lack not be near me. Right. So when I started making money, the earliest memory of money I had was, and again, another thing that helped me was I kind of became independent very early. The distance between me and my siblings, like much. I think our firstborn is he's older than me with almost 25 years, or even more than that. Right. So like
Sorry, what's your number?
I'm last.
Last.
Yes.
And the first is 25 years older than
exactly.
you.
So,
bro,
me coming to the world, my siblings were already grown.
Yeah.
So I didn't have this like relationship with them.
Ooh.
So now that made me. There was no. All these things people say, "Oh, you're a last born." I didn't get any of that. So that made me more of like I was just a one-man person.
Yeah.
So now that had me to start thinking, oh, you have to actually start figuring out your life yourself very fast. Yeah. So the earliest memory of money I had was when I was small. We'll go. I think that was when I finished secondary school. I was still in secondary school. No, I was still in secondary school. Yeah. I was still in secondary school. I finished primary school. Then the JSS1, this thing. Then we'll go to. Then I was still in the village now. So we'll go and during farming season, we'll go and cultivate farmlands for people, clear bushes. Now, when you clear these bushes, they will now give you like say 1.5. It can be like 2 plots of land. They'll pay you 1.5. Just clear all the trees, cut down everything.
What year is that?
This was 2020.
2020.
Yeah, I think that was 2020. No, not 2020.
Because I'm like
not. I said 2020. 2013. Yeah, either 2012, 2013, 2014. Within that period. So when you cut this farmland, sometimes 1 plot, 2 plots, they will give you 1.5. That's your reward. That's your pay, right? So I was doing these things. I just loved the idea of me making my money myself. I'm not someone that I'm not used to asking people for things. So I just had this independent mentality. So that was like the earliest memory of money I had. I'll go and do this work. Sometimes we'll go and cultivate like ridges for cassava. So that I was just doing those things. In fact, at the point, I was digging foundations. If there's a place they're building house, I'll go and dig foundation. Dig foundation, they will pay me 2,000, 1.5. I was just small 1,000 here and there, Then now, I mean, as a teenager, then those were like good. It's not like it's big money, but like at least you have money. Plus, then Naira was good. Yeah, so 1,000 Naira then was at least you can say 1,000 Naira then is like 10,000 now, or like 5,000 Naira now. Yeah. So it was still like good money. So I was just doing these things. I did it till like I finished secondary school. That when I finished secondary school, then I was just doing bricklayer work. No, I was not the direct bricklayer because when you go to a site, there's a bricklayer and there's someone serving them. Yeah. So I was serving. If they need block, I'll go and bring block. If they need me to mix cement and sand, I'll do everything. Pour gravel, pour granite, mix everything, carry it in headpan and go and give the mason. So I was doing these things a day. So they usually calculate it a day job. A day, 1.5, 2,000 depending. So I was doing it. Then at a point, how I transitioned to internet, I was doing this thing. Then this was the period I was trying to enter university. So I was doing this thing. Then at a point, the engineer I was working with stopped paying me. I don't know what was his, but it was literally like I'll work finish. I'll begging you to pay me what I work for. This was my labor. Yeah, like wasting time. So I was like, I'm not doing it again. I told my parents I'm not going to work with this guy again. So I literally just stopped. Now when I stopped, for some months I wasn't doing anything. Then I entered school. So it was not when I was in school that someone, so randomly, I didn't know this guy. He just messaged me. He said that there's a website that if you read news, comment on posts, NNU, yes, they are going to pay you. This was in 2018 that they are going to pay you. I said, okay, I'm not interested. Then the registration fee was 1,600. You will not blame me because 1,600 for a student was a lot of money.
It was a lot of money.
Yeah. So I said I was not interested. Now, like 3 months later, another person came again. I didn't know this guy. Still the same NNU. Now, me as a person, I like taking risk. My friends know this. If you know me, you know I like taking risk. So I like taking risk. So when the second person now came, NNU again, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this thing. What's the worst that will even happen? Highest, I'll lose money. So I paid the 1,600. So he registered me. Then apparently NNU is a Ponzi scheme, is a referral program. You have to refer. I'll refer you.
Yeah.
So per referral, you make I think that was 1,000 naira. The registration fee was 1,600. Per referral, you make 1,000 naira. So I said, okay, since this is what I have to do. Then in school now, I told a couple of my friends, oh, there's this update that came up, this. So they paid. I think the first month I made 15,000. I was very happy. 15K. That was the first time of me making that kind of money in a month, right? So the next month I did it again, made 5K, 20K in total. Then NNU crashed because it's a Ponzi scheme.
Definitely.
Actually. It crashed. Then from there, so when NNU crashed, then that was during holiday. I said, okay, I'm going to use this money to start blogging. So I didn't know about blogging, right? I didn't know about, like, if I didn't know how to use a card to pay for something online. Because coming from a place I came from, I was late to a lot of things. I was late to how to use phone. I started using phone when I was 20 years. So I was late to a lot of things. So I just went on Facebook, searched a blogging group. Then I saw one WhatsApp link. I joined. Then I messaged someone in the group like, can he help me buy a domain name? I'll pay him. So he helped me bought the domain name. So I was trying to do the whole blogging thing. I will post, publish post. Then when I post, I'll go to Google to type that thing I published. If I type it, this thing I published on how to cure headache. If I go and type how to cure headache, my website is not there. So I'm like, what's going on? I did this for like 2 to 3 weeks. It was looking like a lot of tasks, right? So I just said, in fact, I know what, I'm done with this stuff. I'm not doing it again. But when I started it, I already had this like ginger that I'm going to be the next Linda AKG, stuff like that.
You're already dreaming big.
I was already dreaming big. I even had to post it on my status that time that Linda AKG, I'm coming for you, stuff like that. Only for 3 weeks later, make myself give up. So I gave up. So after giving up, I was like, this stuff is not for me. So then, Nigerians, we all have one pattern. If one person does something, everybody wants to keep copying that person till that thing eventually cast.
Yeah.
So based on NNU was like the first of its kind. Then other sites started coming up. Then there was so many 1007 reporters, Get Paid. So then Get Paid came up. I happened to see it. Now because I've done NNU, it was no longer like a new stuff to me. But then I didn't have the money. So the registration fee then was 1,800. I think I had 800 naira, which was the last money I had in my account, 800 naira. So I called a friend, like, please, can you borrow me 1,000 naira? I'm going to return it back. I think I told him in 1 week or so. So he sent it to me. Then I used to register. Now, because I already done this thing before, I already know how to do it. So I just opened the WhatsApp group sharp. Before I started like marketing, started referring people. And then I started making, I say, 5K a week. From there, 10K, 15. I think the maximum I did with Get Paid was like 27K a week. But then like I literally now rose up to like their top leaderboards. So in fact they even created like a special WhatsApp group for all of us. Like I think there were about 8 or 9 the top people there. So I was doing it to a point. Get Paid crashed. Right there, it was a woman that owns it. She stopped paying. She was just telling stories. So as that one was crashing and that one was coming up, there were so many things. I just kept jumping. So I did that thing from 2018 to early 2019, first quarter of 2019. So after doing Get Paid first quarter of 2019, I was tired. Now, why was I tired? Because WhatsApp started banning us. Because the way we usually market is we will go to Facebook groups and type, if you want to make money online or you're interested in making 10 to 20K weekly, spending 1 to 2 hours on your phone, comment your phone number. So when these guys comment their phone number, you have to go and write down their phone number in the book, then manually save it on your phone. Then go and add them in the group. So there are 1,000 phone numbers. You have to write down 1,000 phone numbers and manually save them. Right? And then I had a book. This thick cover, this 5-in-1. Like the book was like half of it was filled with phone numbers. I'm carrying that book everywhere I'm going, writing phone numbers, saving. So WhatsApp now came up with a new update that if someone doesn't have your number saved and you add them in the group, they will ban you. So it started disturbing us. And WhatsApp was where we are using to make the money. So everything was discouraging. So I had to stop. So that's like Q2 2019. I didn't do much. So by Q3, an idea came to my head. End of Q2, Q3. Okay, so what am I going to use this money and do? Now, I'm someone that I love corporate world. Not because I want to work for someone, but I would like people to work for me.
For you, okay.
Yeah. So I now said, okay, let me just start the company with this money. So I started the company, Easy Busy. So basically, we are trying to the idea was connect skilled and unskilled workers to people that need their service. But because I was a newbie, a novice, I didn't know anything. I think then from the whole NNU stuff and get paid, I saved up almost 400k. I think like 308 something k. Then I used almost 200k to build my website for the business. Then I had some of my friends that joined me as co-founders, but they didn't bring any money. It was basically my money financing it. So after I registered business name, did every other stuff, then it was made about 60k. So I said I was going to use this money for marketing to promote the company now. But it didn't work out. The company I paid for marketing, they did not even do anything safe. So everything was just depressed. So basically, I lost all I've accumulated from almost 400k to zero. So that's Q3, Q4, I was so depressed. That was 2019. But 2019 was like a very dark year of my life. I was so depressed. I was like, what is all this one safe? So I didn't do anything. Then till ending of 2019. Now, end of 2019. Now, if you are if you go to school in Nigerian universities, of course, if you're a guy, you'll be going to bet Nigeria shops to go and charge phone. So I used to frequent bet Nigeria shops. I don't really play bet, but when you frequent these shops, you will learn all this over 2.5 straight win. So I happened to learn it.
So odd.
So I happened to learn it, right? So I was good with booking games. So the way these things work is, if you book 1,000 odds, the chances of you winning it is 1 in a million. But if you book 2 odds, if you play it 100 times, you can actually win like say 60 times, right? Because you're just playing little games, right? So based on that period, I already know how to book games over 1.5, over 2.5, go, no go, and all those things. So end of that 2019, I was not thinking, okay, an idea came to my head. Well, Caleb, what if you sell games to people? I mean, people always want to bet. So what if you sell VIP games to them? Well, of course, you're not going to promise them that there's no fixed game, right? And I said, oh, this is a good idea. So what I did was I opened a WhatsApp group. Then I'll go to Facebook betting groups. I'll be like, if you want sure games, join my free channel WhatsApp group. So people are just joining free games. They will be joining. So what I'll do then is I'll book like 10 different games, 2 odds, but into 10 different places, right? Then there were some websites that you can use to book game. Then some apps, like they'll give you kind of like their own prediction. So I use this website, book 10 odds, 2 odds into 10 different places. Now I'll post it in my free group. Now if I post it there is no way all my 10 guests are going to court. It's not possible. There will be ones that will win and they'll be losing. The only thing is that you don't know the ones that will win
and the ones that will lose
is randomly distributed. So since that's the case, now those that will play the ones that will win, they will come and give me testimony. Right? So I was not using their testimony to sell my VIP group. Then my VIP group was like subscription based. I think it was 1.5 a month. Right? Now, based on, I already have idea of marketing from the whole NNU and get paid. So selling these things at this point was no longer like an issue for me. I already know it's like, so from there I started almost end of 2019. I said, I think the first month I made about 80 something K. This was like, I was coming from like say 30K a month, those get paid and this thing to 80 something K. So it was like a big step up for me. I think that my first month, I used the money to buy a new phone, an Infinix phone. That phone that was 35,000. So I kept doing it. This is November, December, January, February was when coronavirus came. That was in 2020 now. And football was halted, flights were halted, and so, okay, if football is halted, that means my business has ended because basically there's no more games to predict again. It was another depressing moment for me. Like, so what am I going to do now?
Corona was a crazy year.
So it was a very depressing moment for me. So I was not thinking, okay, what am I going to do? Now, during that 2019 ending, the December, I bought a course on mini importation. Right? Now, my idea was, because I knew this whole betting stuff was not sustainable, but the idea was if I generate enough money from here, I'm going to go into mini importation, because then, during those periods, mini importation was very, very hot. Import from China, all those 1688, AliExpress, and all those things. So it was very hot then. But now, they've granted flights in 2020 beginning. I can't even import again. So I was not thinking, okay, what am I going to do again? And I said, okay, since I bought a course, and this brings me to a point. If you're here listening to me and you think buying a course, you are enriching the course creator, I don't know what to say to you. Because actually, you're not enriching anybody. Of course, the course creator is going to make money. But you're enriching yourself in the real sense of it.
How?
Let's say now you buy a course, all right? Okay. Let's say you buy a course of videography.
Yeah.
And you learn videography so much, and you bought that course, like say 100K, for example, and you learn videography so much, and then you started covering events, and before you know, the celebrities started noticing your work, and they started giving you gigs. At that point, would you say you made the creator money, or you made yourself money from the course?
I made myself money from the course.
Exactly. So, in the real sense of it, courses make you money. So far is what you need at that point of your life. You are making yourself money, not the creator, right? So I now said, okay, since I have this course on e-commerce, I'm going to study this course, then teach people the process of mini importation. Of course, I was frank with them. I haven't done it before, but we are all going to start when lockdown is over. So now the thing that helped me is that in that course, there were suppliers contacts, agents contacts. So I'll teach them, oh, this is how to do everything, search product and everything. Then if you want to reach a supplier, use this contact. If you want to use logistic, use this contact. Then there was one popular logistic then, Chris Wickmore. If you want to use this, so people were really interested in it. Then they were paying. I think then per person I was collecting 2.5, right? And people were paying. Then at the point I had to learn phone animation and phone graphics. Right? This brings me to paying. I paid another person 5K for this also. Right? So I learned it, then I added it to my what I'm selling. So the first day I'll sell you mini importation. If that doesn't work, second day I'm going to sell you phone graphics and video animation class. You're going to pay for at least. So that was like upsell. I was sending them something else. So I kept doing that. My income till March, April, May, June. No, May, March, April, May. I think it was like April 3 months. I was, in fact, a month. There was 1 month I made about 108 something K, which is the highest I've made in a month. Was like really a big money for me. Like I was now like saving up. Okay, I need to hit my first 1 million naira, right? Then 2019 I was 2019 I was 22 years old, right? Yeah, I was 22 years old 2019 years. So no, 2020 rather, I was 22 years old. So I was already trying to hit my first 1 million. I know the whole vibe of I made my first million at 20. I was already trying to do that. So then May, WhatsApp ban started banning me again. Apparently, some people were reporting me, and WhatsApp started banning me again. So like, if I open new number, they'll ban me. If I open new number, they'll ban me. So it became another depressing phase again. So I just thought, like, this one, they use take care of myself. They won't collect them from me again. So I was just tired. I was just tired, Jerry. So May, I didn't do much. Then June 2020. That was now when I came across affiliate marketing on Twitter. One of my friends was talking about how he made his salary in 5 days from affiliate marketing. And he just said he made the salary in 5 days from his new side hustle. I was like, what is this? I just screenshotted the tweet and I went to his DM. I was like, please teach me. I was like, oh, this is a get rich quick scheme and all that, right? And I said, teach me, I'm ready to start. Then he put me, I don't know, should I continue or am I already like, do we need to break it?
At this point, this is a full story. And if you follow the story, one thing I know I have gotten from all of this is the fact that you never gave up.
Exactly.
You had a lot of fails. You tried a lot of things. Most of them failed, right? But you never stopped. You've always found a way to come back. So I did phone this. This happened. I came back to this. This happened and I came back to this. And that is the spirit everybody needs to learn, because we live in a generation where people try one thing and once it don't work, they use 2 years and say, oh, what's that word again? Depression. Oh. They use 2 years and lock themselves up in a room and say they are depressed and they can't do any other thing, right? And I think everybody that is watching this is actually learning from this story. But then I think I already know how we transition from affiliate marketing to Forex and all of that, right? Now another question I want to ask is, how did you manage, because now in Forex, I go to your Twitter and I'm randomly seeing $5,000 days, $10,000 days, and all of those stuff, right? How did you manage psychologically to transition from, oh, I am making 200K a month, I'm making 1 million a month, to now some days I can literally close some days with $5,000? How was that for you psychologically?
So psychologically, it wasn't like really a new. So there's this thing about money. When you've like made money to some certain extent, right? You're no longer new to the whole interface of money. Money no longer shocks you or like, you know. So I think that was the point I made money from affiliate marketing, right? So I already like enjoyed money a little bit. I've traveled to a couple countries, been to Dubai, Qatar, and stuff like that. So it's not like I'm new to money. So me now transitioning into trading, I'm making those money. It was a good feeling. Nobody makes money and you don't feel excited. It was a very good feeling. But was I like over the roof? Like, not really. Because first, I'm comfortable enough, right? Living in a good house and all that, right? And then I've seen the potentials of the industry. So I'm making this, I'm like, oh, these are actually normal things that traders make. I should actually be aiming more, right? So that's basically like how it was.
Who is your mentor in the Forex space?
This question, I don't like using that word, mentor.
Okay, mentor,
no,
okay.
because in this Forex industry, it's just, I don't know. Forex traders like to fight themselves. So it's as if so if you ask me who I learned from Kene Jako,
Okay.
right? I paid for his in-person class, learned from him, paid for his online class, learned from him. And I've also learned from a couple of others, because one thing about trading is you can't learn every single thing from one person. It's not like you can't. But so trading is a journey. When you first start as a newbie, you would think you can't learn everything from one person. So it's not like you can't learn, but you would think you can't.
Okay.
So you pay this person, you learn this.
And at the end of the day, you find out that it's the same information.
You get. So I learned from Kene, paid for his in-person. After the in-person, I went and paid some SMC guys. I was just paying different people.
So my follow-up question to that will now be, why can't you call Kene your mentor?
I'm not saying Kene is not my mentor, right?
Okay.
So I think rephrasing it is, who taught you trading? Then,
what's the definition of mentorship?
Exactly, I'm coming there.
Okay.
So my own personal definition of mentor is not just about who taught me trading.
Okay.
Right? Across various parts of life. Who am I looking up to? Generally. I cannot say, so I will not come and say, this is my mentor. Unless you want to say, who is your mentor in Forex?
Yeah, that's what I asked.
Okay. My mentor in Forex, of course, Kene.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, Kene.
So Kene taught you the business of Forex. So how's your relationship with him? You guys are good?
Yeah, we good. I have him on WhatsApp. I mean, if I have an issue, I text him and
okay, good. So now that you're now bagging, $5,000 days, right? Do you have, how do I put this question now? If you look back, is there something you wish you would have done differently to this position you are right now? Like maybe something you did that helped your growth, but then you regret it. Is there anything like that?
No. Yeah, I don't regret anything. But one thing, if I go back, I would act faster on opportunities. I know I act fast. I'll just act faster, take the risk, do everything. Highest thing that will happen is you will fail. You will lose money, but you will not lose your life. I mean, I've lost money several times. You heard my story. I've like made money, lose it all. So you're not going to die. Money comes and goes. If you make 10 million naira today and lose it to zero, you can still come back up and make 100 million next. You can still lose it and come and make 1 billion naira. You are the only thing that is constant. You as a person, you are constant, but money comes and goes. So I think that's the only thing I will change. Act faster, take risk, fail fast, and move on to the next thing.
Fail fast and move on. I like that one. So do you have like a wow moment
In what aspect?
in your trading journey? Like, do you have that maybe profit that you hit, or maybe that
Yeah,
person you connect with and you're like, I am here?
of course.
How
So
much was it?
let me start from the
Okay,
one
the
moment
story.
first.
Okay.
I told you I learned from Kenny, right? So
Yeah.
when I paid for his in person, I went and learned from other SMC guys, right? I did SMC, but it wasn't really it. The English there was too much. So now, because if you're
Change
doing
of
like
character,
you
inducement.
hear so many English, and those things they turn my head. Trading is not meant. Is this? I wish something for that mass here. So, so after I learned from this in person, then went and the whole to that journey, you will still jump around. So went and jumped around. Right. So me coming back to not the what he taught us. And I'm trading it and it's working. And I'm like, wow. So I could have literally just used first class I paid for and just go straight to this thing. But I had to go and do all this turning around. It's just like say you started from here, you're meant to go here. But you first turned, eventually still came back. Like, I was like, why did I have to go through all this stress? So that like a very wow moment for me. Oh, this thing he taught me, I could already just have traded and be making money with it, but I said no, I want to go and learn all those, stuff. Right. Then profits, I've made a couple of profits. There was a day, the first day I made $5,000. I posted on Twitter, was like a very good day, and I was happy because I mean, this like that was the first time I did that kind of amount. Like I felt really, really good. Right. Forget I said that our money was not new to me, but still, if you make certain figures in something you've not done before, it's going to feel good. Especially something like trading. Trading is difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard. So there are some figures that if you hit there, you'll be so proud and happy of yourself.
That makes so much sense, because when you say, oh, you can actually, because a lot of persons have this problem where I think they call it shiny object syndrome, where you pay this mentor gives you his class, and there is another person that is flashing one beautiful chart, because these days I think forex people are more interested in how beautiful their chart look than how profitable they are, right? I don't know if you guys are going to be angry for me saying this, but that's the truth.
Well, it's the truth. I mean, nobody has to get
hours figuring out the best color
truth,
of charts and the best color of lines, and at the end of the day you're not profitable. I don't know what you're doing. So you can learn from this mentor, and you don't need to go pay every other person. You can actually use, because so have you ever been in a situation whereby a student called you out for not learning, or maybe saying you didn't teach them the real stuff you're using to make money?
It happens. Okay. It happens, right? I mean, someone will say, you're not teaching me this thing. What I'm teaching you? Now the thing is, people, I don't want to insult people, but a lot of people are not smart, right? Because
that's him being nice. Let's
say you've been trading for 1 month, and you literally want to see the market as how I'm seeing the market. It's not possible. Me, I can't see the market the way Kenya is seeing the market. He's been trading for 8 years plus. There are things that experience gives you over time. I mean, there's some trades I will see, and just by intuition, I will know that this trade is not going to work out. Was there anything wrong with it? No. But just based on the experience, it's like a pattern you see play out a lot. You know, this is the pattern. This trade is going this way. It's not going to work out. Not because these are not things someone will just come and teach you. They've taught you what they're using to trade. But they won't come and transfer their experience. Experience, you can't use money and buy experience. You have to pass through that journey. Over time, you get your own experience. So yeah, I've had those moments.
Experience is a personal journey.
Exactly, it's a personal journey.
The personal journey. So guys, if you're dragging your mentor for not teaching you, realize that it is the same thing they are teaching you that they're actually doing. But it's just that they've done it for a longer period of time. So if you want to be as good as them, simply do it as much as they've done it. I guess that's what you're just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
In essence, right? And that makes so much sense. Now, Caleb, why do you think we are sitting here sharing your story, listening to you share your story. Why do you think a newbie listening to us should pick inspiration from you? What is that unique thing about you that you think a newbie should emulate?
Okay, well, if you've been paying attention so far to this podcast I mean, you've heard my story. If at this point you don't think you should listen to me, I don't know. But I speak to people that's at ground zero. I'm not I'm not a motivational speaker. I teach people real life facts. People, something I've done and it worked for me. So if you do it, you're no different. The first thing is, in fact, the reason why you should listen to me is I'm a human being like you. I'm Caleb, one person, one head. You're probably even smarter than me. Right? But I was able to move from zero to where I am right now. So you should actually be listening to me because I've gone through this journey. I've done it over and over again. So what I'm teaching you are real life facts. Things that when you implement it, it's not like theory, or these are like when you implement it, it's going to work for you. Right? So that's exactly why you should be listening to me. I've been where you are. And now I'm where you want to be. So you should listen to me.
How do you look at the markets? Like when you wake up and you look at the charts,
Yeah.
what is the mind you have when you're looking at the chart? Do you have a pre-made bias? What do I mean? Like you wake up and probably you check Twitter and you see everybody saying today gold is going to buy. And that clouds your mind, and you are looking at the market, you are expecting to see buy. Or you just come in empty and you want to see what the market is saying for yourself.
Well, as a trader, you should come empty, right? Don't speak a trade based on what someone said. You see, nobody controls the market. If you like be making $10 million every day, you don't control the market. That's why every trader take losses. I take losses. Every single trader in this world take. If you meet someone that say they don't take losses, they are bloody liars. Every trader take losses. We all take losses, right? So nobody controls the market. So if I come to the market, I'm coming with a fresh mind. What is this market telling me today? What exactly is this market telling me today? Is it showing me buys? Is this market is showing me buy? And if you like, let there be 1,000 traders on Twitter saying the market is going to sell. I'm going to take my buy. If I hit stop loss, it's my decision. Actions have consequences. I'll take it and go.
Actions have consequences. Yeah.
I'll take it and go. So it's just as basic as that. And the worst mistake you make as a trader is following people. Oh, this guy said gold is going to buy today, so you want, and that you had a bias of sell. But because someone said gold is going to buy, you want to go and buy. In fact, if you're following me and you have a bias of, I don't trade gold anyway. I may trade it in the future, but let's say now I'm saying NZUSD is going to sell, but you have buy bias. Please stick to your bias, my bro, my sis. Stick to your bias. Don't because Caleb said it's going to sell, then you want to no. Trade. If you lose money, you would actually learn. But if you go and sell because I said it's going to sell, you don't know why I said it's going to sell. That means you are 100% relying on me. What if the days that I don't talk about, oh, the market is going to buy, I say, how are you going to now cope? So if you fail, you lose trades and you learn from your losses. You can't escape. See those losses? You can't escape it. Blowing account, you cannot escape it. So how about you take those losses faster, blow the account faster, stick to your bias and move on. So that's
you can't escape blowing accounts.
You can't.
So that means every trader must blow accounts.
You can't. Even experienced traders even blow accounts safe. So talk of newbie. Forget all these things you're seeing on social media. Everybody blow account. Forget it, right?
So everybody chop loss. I mean, it looks like nobody's eating loss here.
That's one thing about Forex industry, right? It's an industry that's nobody wants to show their losses. It's just everybody just wants to show their wins, blue screenshots, $10,000, but they take losses. That is why most of them will never show you like the history of that account. Like they will never put and like show you all the trades they've taken for a period of 1 month, 2 weeks, or even give you investor password. But again, I'm not advocating for you must show us investor password. Or you don't owe anybody that. You do not owe anybody. But I'm just trying to say that in trading, everybody take losses. People have their low moments. When they blow account, they will not tell you. If they take loss, they will not tell you. Because look at it. In this life, nobody, if you are losing, if your life is going bad now, you're experiencing difficult moments, you're not going to come on social media and saying that you're experiencing bad moments now. Nobody wants to be seen as a failure. But when you buy GLE tomorrow now, let's say you buy a private jet, you will come and talk about it. Because you want people to see your progress, but not your failures. And it's like that. It's not like generally human beings are like that. Right? So you are someone that wants to be a trader or a newbie trader, you should take everything with a pinch of salt.
Everybody they chop loss.
Exactly. That's the end of it.
So what would you call your strategy as a trader?
I trade price action, which is what Kenneth trades. He taught me.
Pure price action.
Yeah, pure price. See, trading, you don't have to make it complicated. I'm not saying that SMC liquidity doesn't work. I'm not saying so, right? I traded liquidity, it works. But thing is, you don't have to make trading complicated. Trading is more about you than it's about the market.
It's more about you than it's about
Exactly.
the market.
Of course, there are some strategies that has
break that down. Break that
okay.
down.
I'm going to break it down. You see, so trading is a very hard industry because there are so many factors that makes it. So trading is one thing that now, if I want to do affiliate marketing, I can literally tell you, let's say I want to start affiliate marketing, I can tell you, guy, do this. And if you do this thing, you are going to make money 100%. But trading is not like that. So trading is like something that has is something that has 1,000 ways you can trade and make money. For more than 1,000 ways to trade and make money. Now, strategies differ for each person. For example, SMC people, right? They calculate based on risk to reward. Okay, 1 to 5, 1 to 10, right? Now, for an SMC person, they can tell you, okay, if you're doing 1 to 3 risk to reward, you can take 7 losses and just take 3 wins and you're in profit. But people are different. It's not everybody that will take 7 losses and be normal.
Psychologically, yes.
You get. Imagine if your first 7 trades are losses. It's not everybody that will be normal to even take the remaining 3 trades.
I will not be normal.
Right. Now, if you're that kind of person, then that strategy is actually not for you. Go and there are some strategies that they will not give you 1 to 3. They can give you 1 to 2. But have higher win rates. You can take 10 trades and you're winning 6, 7. That's your kind of person. Some even do 1 to 1 and they're still making money from trading. So you first look inward. Are you a patient person? There are traders that I met a guy, he said he's a trader, and in a year he can take like 3 to 5 trades. I can't do that.
In a day?
In a year.
Okay, in a year. Oh, in a year. Yeah. I once sat with somebody here that holds trade for 5 months. So
like in a year, they can just open just 3 to 5 positions.
Yes.
Me, I cannot do that. I don't have that patience. I'll run mad. So if that's the case, I'm not going to be trading the strategy that guy is trading. So trading, first of all, is a personal journey. Yeah. You have to first figure out the kind of person you are. Right? Now, you figure out your core weakness. Then you ask, like when I started trading, one of my core weakness was impatience. I'm a very impatient person. I just want it as they hot. Let's between it immediately.
Sharp.
Right? So that impatience, I won't wait for setup to fully. Sometimes I will say setup, but no, this is not. I'm not meant to trade it. But I will say jump inside because I'm not patient to wait for it. Now, it's not like you eventually totally eliminate impatience because it's your nature. You can't cut it off totally. But you'll be able to tone it down to like the required extent for you to start making money from the market. All right? So you first have to, what's your character? Which kind of person are you? Now you start solving are you a greedy person? Do you want to risk it all in one trade? Me, I'm not a greedy person. I just want what is my own. So greed didn't disturb me at all. Risk management, I'm very good with that. But saying patience was disturbing me. So trading, you have to just fix those personal issues that you have. Now, when you fix it, that's when you can only move forward. If not, if you learn the best strategy in the whole world, you're not going to see #1, you're not going to see collect from the market.
Okay. So that makes absolute sense, right? So let's say a newbie is looking to get into the market.
Okay.
Right? I know you have like a program. We're still going to talk about your program that you teach people with. Yeah. But let's say a newbie is looking to get into this whole trading thing. They've seen you flaunt profits on Twitter. They've seen other traders flaunt profit, and they're looking to. So, what is the how will I put it? A guide, a step-by-step guide on somebody just looking to get into the market now, today. What is a step-by-step guide you give the person?
Well, first of all, you have to learn, right? Learn the basics, baby pips, and in my opinion, you don't really need so much of basic baby pips. All right, because what are you going to learn from baby? It's not what is a pip, calculate loss size, do all this and that. That's not really the main thing that will help you in trading, to be honest. Of course, knowing your lot size is good, but knowing pips and these are just like general knowledge. You have to know because you're in the industry, right?
But you can learn those ones. Why
you can still go to it to teach you higher highs, higher lows, like all this margin and all those. These are just general knowledge. You can find these things anywhere. You can Google it, see it. You can YouTube it and see it, right? So, but step for you to start, right? Just look for someone good. Now, how do you know someone good? To be honest, it's hard for a newbie to determine. Because you go to this person's WhatsApp, you are seeing profit. Some even demo accounts. You are seeing profit. You go on Twitter, you are seeing profit. You go on Instagram, you are seeing profit. And all that. But one of the ways you can actually know someone that like or knows their stuff very well is first, if they're on Twitter, from their tweets, they talk about trading. From their videos, they are teaching. Now, if they're in the Telegram groups, are they dropping trades before it happen? Not these ones that they will drop trades after it don't happen. Finish. Why you not drop them before it happen? You know, come and show. Some will not even take that trade. They will just drop before and after 1 to 10 risk to reward. Why you not show us before it happen? Right? You have to actually like verify. Now, when you verify this, you would eventually find out people. So if you see someone that he's talking about trading, his tweets, he's making videos, educational videos. Right now, these are things you should actually be looking at. Not about all the whole, because if it's about lifestyle, see, lifestyle is the easiest thing to do. It's the easiest thing to do.
The forex space is actually clouded with lifestyle right now.
But that's like, so it's a thing of Mr. A starts, he starts flaunting everything. Mr. B joins them. I'm not saying lifestyle is bad. I'm always an advocate of, if you have money, you should show in your body. Right? Don't have 100 million and you're looking at someone that doesn't have food to eat, that doesn't have 100K. It's not proper. But at the same time as you're doing that, showing all that, also show educational stuffs. Right? So look for someone that really shows educational stuff, has a track record, has a proven track record. Then you can learn from the person. Right? If they have a course, you can get it. Now, when you get it, you have to be patient with yourself. Trading is not something that you learn in 1 month, not 2 months, not 3 months. Because if you've not traded before and you come, everything is going to look like Greek to you. It's going to look so different. You're hearing higher highs. You don't even understand what is higher high, market structure, change of market. They are going to look like new. So you have to do it over time for you to start getting used to it. So give yourself time. It takes time to master trading now. It takes time to become you can master it, but to become profitable, because the master trading is different from being profitable. To become profitable takes time. To take you 1 year, if you do it in 6 months, you're actually fast. Right? Take 1 year, 2 years, 5. If I even know people that are 5 years in trading and they're like still trying to master it. Right? Some people 5 years, but they're just making small money. But then I'm not saying you're going to take that long. That's what I'm saying. Journeys are different. Those people taking 5 years, if you look at it, there are something that they are doing wrong. For example, there's one guy that called me, told me that his brother has been learning trading. And what is he doing? He has been learning on YouTube for 7 years. Can you see where his problem is coming from? You're learning on YouTube. You can't learn it from YouTube. 7 years.
What are you still doing there?
All right. So I'm not saying you're going to take that long. I'm simply saying it takes time. So just do not rush yourself. That's why I hear people advise that, before you start trading, have a job. Because actually you need that job to sustain yourself. Before
you start trading, have a job.
Exactly.
I agree with this one.
But if you are now very, very serious with trading and everything, you are going to figure it out very, very fast. So that's like the step to take. Look for someone, buy their course, then start learning. Be serious, back test, forward test. Watch. When I started trading, there's this guy I paid. And this guy so I paid him like one-on-one session. And this guy was doing live classes. He did about 27 live classes, and I recorded all those sessions. Now, each of those, some videos are like 2 hours long. The list there is like 1 hour long. And I watched 27 videos of like 2 hours, 1 hour long. In fact, I think I watched all those videos more than 10 times. I watched it to the extent that I already know what the guy was going to say in the video. More like everything is now in my head. I can literally just like say it before he would say it. That's how the extent I watched those videos. So you have to be crazy about learning, about improving. You don't have to be lazy. Be crazy about it. That's the only way you can cut those learning curve and get it to the shortest time possible. So that's it.
So what would you say, or because you said watch videos on all of these stuff, right? Which creators, did you watch YouTube videos?
For trading?
Yes.
No.
Oh, you didn't pass the YouTube rounds?
No, I didn't.
Makes sense.
I think it's because of the fact that I came from marketing, and I already came from the foundation of how to buy a course if you want to learn anything. Oh, okay. So I was coming to the idea I just want to pay someone. I spent over $3,500 in learning trading, right?
3,500.
Yes.
What's the biggest amount of money you've made from trading?
Because I think it should be within. Are you talking about at once?
Yes, at once. I'm not talking about all your.
No, at once it has to be like 5 to 6K at once.
That's in one
Right?
trade.
Yeah, but then if you're talking about in like a period of like say 1 week to weeks, of course, I think I say 10,000 plus 20,000 within that range.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're sitting with a rich man, and he has bagged over $20,000 in a week period. I wanted you to recommend people newbies can follow. If you have anybody, any recommendation of like maybe Twitter influencers that you know drop good stuff, that you can say, okay, if you're just getting into the market and you maybe you don't have money to pay for now, you can just read these people's tweet and you will learn a thing or two. Do you have anybody like that?
Of course, there are a couple of people, right? I mean, there is Kene that taught me, right? If you're in his free Telegram group, you're going to learn a lot. His Twitter, once he
Kene is actually solid. Kene is solid.
No.
I used to be in his
He's very solid. He's very solid. Of course, he's very solid. He has proven track record, so he's very solid. So there is Kene. There are so many guys on Twitter. Kindamola. There is Techris. There are some Kevin Tale. There are so many people. So you can actually join their Telegram groups, their Twitter, their YouTube. Some of them have YouTube channels. There's Das. There are so many people, right? So you can. These are like guys that I know that they are good with trading. So you don't have to then come and learn from Caleb. You can still come and learn from them. It's all good.
Okay,
right?
let's come back to what you're building. Your system that teaches people. What's it called?
I have a course right now, an academy, Forex Mastery Academy.
Is it just a course, a one-time course, or like you actually mentor people?
I hate using that word mentorship.
Okay, sorry.
But people abuse it.
How about I use coaching?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's a better word.
Do you actually coach people, or you just give them the course?
No. There's coaching, there's community, and I hold Zoom classes from time to time with my students and all that. So yeah, I also share them signals. Also, if I have
all inclusive.
Yeah. The signal is like a bonus, right? But most times if I'm trading, I have this outlook for the market. Most of the places I trade currently is NZD and AUD/USD. So I said, I have buy bias on NZD and AUD/USD. Sometimes I explain the reason why I even have a buy bias. You can buy with me and they make money. So yeah.
Okay. So how, let's say if one wants to join your academy, wants to learn from you, how do they go about? How do they reach you?
You can reach me on my social media handles.
Do you reply? Because I think there's going to be a lot of messages. I have like a lot of mentors or coaches, since you hear the word, that have messaged and they most likely don't see the message. And not that they are bad people, but because there are a lot of messages there. So how do one easily reach out to you?
Okay, so if you go on any of my social media handle, Twitter or Instagram, I have a link there, right? Now on that link, you could reach out to me on WhatsApp. So if you message me, by the time you message me on Twitter, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, at least I'll respond to one of them.
Oh yeah, true. That makes sense. So guys, if you want to learn from Caleb, and one thing I like about this session is how relatable your story is, because we all, or most of us, are not from rich backgrounds.
Exactly.
We wake up every day and we try to make something good out of ourselves and also make our family proud. Not mama now, not just mama. We are making the entire family proud, right? And seeing that you're somebody that has been there, done that, you have moved from, I'm making 30K a month to now covering $10,000 to $20,000 in a week period, or maybe $5,000 in a single trade. You are the story a lot of Nigerians want to emulate or want to learn from, right? So there's going to be a lot of persons reaching out to you after this video, and I hope. What's the charge for your course?
Currently it's 100,000.
100,000 naira.
Yes.
That's like the cheapest I've seen since.
That's it. Like,
and it has
most forex courses are usually like $250, $300.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the price. I just tried to make this 100,000. 100,000 is like in dollars, like this is like. That's 50 something. It's not up to exactly.
$59. That's and it's a one-time payment.
Yeah, it's a one-time payment actually.
Bro, guys, I feel like you guys should take this. I wanted to get a discount code. Oh, 100,000 naira. What's in one discount?
There's no discount.
I wanted to ask you for a discount code if anybody watching this video wanting to learn from you, because. But 100,000 naira, I'm not going to ask for a discount code. No, I'm not. Thank you very much for being here, and let me say it again now that we're rounding it up. I think I've said it before. I have known you since 2021.
Yeah.
And I've followed your work since then, and I must say you're really amazing.
Thank you.
You've done amazing things for yourself, being that you move from industries to industries, not caring what anybody has to say. Some people will tell you, oh, affiliate marketing is crashing, I'm dying. You're already out, you're moving to the next thing. NNU is crashing, I'm dying.
I'm talking about that. You see, well, me, I don't care about what people think about me.
Yeah.
You can think what you like.
True, I agree.
Caleb doesn't care.
I
right?
agree.
And that's the mindset you should have. See, strangers, they're not feeding you. If they talk finish tomorrow, they will go back to their house and go and sleep. If you don't have food to eat, they don't care. So why should you care? Just do your stuff, bro.
Do what works for you.
Do what works for you. Live your life. So far you're doing it legally, you're doing legitimate something, you're making money. Do what works for you. So I'm an advocate about that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Caleb Nwanneka, a billionaire. If he's not now, he's on the journey to be. Because, and I'm saying this because if you check his Twitter, you're going to understand what I'm saying. Thank you very much for being here with us.
You're welcome.
Finally, I just remembered. Why has nobody dragged you on Twitter or in the Forex space?
Me, I like to mind my business.
Okay, because everybody has dragged everybody basically, especially this January.
Maybe they will still drag me. But well, when that one comes,
why do you think someone would drag you? What do you think might be a reason?
I don't know. They've dragged people for so many stupid reasons.
Yes.
Saying this one is selling courses. If you're making money, why are you selling courses? Like so many stupid reasons. So one person could drag me of that. Of course, I'm going to sell my course. Information market is a business on its own.
Oh, information market is a business. I like that statement. I like that statement.
I mean, if you have a skill, you should actually sell it. You're making money, yes, but you're helping people's life. Look at my story. Imagine nobody sold information to me. How would I be here today? So in as much as you're making money, you're actually helping people's life to get better. So you shouldn't feel bad for all that. If the drag you finish tomorrow, it's not going to remove anything from you. And maybe I'm speaking from the point of when I was doing affiliate marketing, they dragged me on that Twitter. They dragged me waiting no good. But I didn't.
They drag and waiting no good.
But I don't care. So dragging, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me at all. You all will be fine. You'll be fine. So yeah.
And I think I understand where your chill, calm nature comes in now because you have seen it all. Been there, done that. You want to drag? Okay. They don't drag you waiting no good before.
So it's not a new thing. It's not a new thing.
Yeah.
You can only come on Twitter and type. If you even see me in real life, those things you are repeating on that Twitter, you cannot come and say it to me. So you can only stay with your phone and be typing because that's the only power you have. So do whatever works for you.
Once it makes you sleep at night. Thank you very much for this, and I believe everybody that is watching this session has really, really learned from it because I have learned, especially the psychological part. We didn't discuss so much about money.
No.
The psychology, because someone once told me that trading is 30% chart, 70% psychology. In fact, I think Dax said it was 90% psychology and 10%
that psychology is going to mess you up.
Yeah. So if you master your psychology, I think you're going to do well as a trader. Even though I will soon quit trading, but I will make a video about that later. Unless I decide to maybe learn from him because he learned from Kenny. I might just decide to learn from him and refresh my memory. Otherwise, I'm about to quit this shit. I'm tired. Sorry for using this shit word. So thank you very much for being on our studio. We really appreciate you. So guys, make sure if you want to follow him, if you want to catch up with Caleb Nwanneka, his tags are going to be in the description. Twitter, Instagram. Yeah. Twitter and Instagram, basically. Yes. From there, you can see other links to his WhatsApp, like he said. So check the comment section. Most of you don't check the comment section. So
you just put like my personal website link. So when they click on it, they're going to see everything.
Oh, that beautiful. So I'm going to like put a link to his all his information, so you can go catch up with him. Super amazing trader, super amazing person, and he has always excelled in most of the things I have seen him do because he is one of the top. Let's not talk about his affiliate journey. I intentionally removed it. You know why? Conversation. So go follow him. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn, and he has a very relatable story. That being said, guys, see you on the next episode. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.